Let's go, game pertama bang ya, antara Onyx melawan TNC Aurora udah lolos ke grand final bang ya. Ini dia game pertama bang ya.
This time though, it's elimination that's
Zaidanya
on the
pakai
line
Joey.
for Onyx and TNC. And that's what they're fighting for, to get into the top 3
Ada
and to stay
Xbox di
in
XP
this
lane,
tournament.
lapu-lapu
And possibly even redemption, especially if you're talking about Onyx
di
Philippines.
bot lane.
Looking at the lineup that TNC brought in, we've known them to have this very specific brand of MLBB.
Yeah.
Post Project Next, they have played so much Fighter Gold Lane.
Seperti pakai Selena.
Does this often, but here he's rocking an X-Borg. Yesterday, we saw Kellera hovering over an X-Borg, but in the post-match interview, he confirmed that it was always going to be a Moscow.
Yeah, that's something Onyx hasn't fully committed to trying again, because it's not like they didn't try using Fighter Gold lanes at all. In the regular season, we did see them try Explore, but
This was the first one.
this was the first one, and then we saw another hero, I believe it was along the lines of a Ruby, but it wasn't as successful of a campaign from Onyx. But maybe after what happened against Team Liquid, they realized a few things that maybe they have to find a way to make it work.
Yep, this first game will definitely set the tone for what has elapsed and what transpired in the Onyx boot camp to try and reset after yesterday's tragedy. Again, a sweeping loss against the Cavalry. This is their recovery. It starts now. Turtle about to spawn in the lower quarter of the map. Chakno gets knocked up here. TNC members are very low. I'm not so sure how they're going to be positioning themselves for this first.
I'm surprised he's not actually trying to reset prior the objective. This is expanding rivers either way, but Chaco's still staying here.
Nice.
Now they're not able to
Green
do
turtle.
anything.
Nothing, Bree. Nothing. 10 seconds after it spawned, again, same question, like, what was the play? Usually when teams concede a turtle, there's always something else that they're looking at. Here, TNC seem to be going at half speed.
Yep, and it's not what I'd expect for a team who's always been so committed to fighter lineups and have shown us such brawly games the previous day. This feels like TNC when they entered Game
Lunok
5
sa-
last night. It's a much more careful,
dikasih main sama Super
conservative
Prince.
approach to playing the game when in fact,
Di
this is
pok-pok
not
terus.
what worked for them at all.
Yep, they've always been more successful in their element when they're constantly fighting. With a lineup like this, I don't exactly see how they can pull off a Phoenix Flash. That's the random fights that come out of nowhere that end up in a beneficial trade or totally free kills for TNC. That is their MO. That's what's been successful for them in playoffs.
And at least for Onyx, I'm liking how good they're holding the mid lane. And now speaking of mid
Diangkat
lane,
ya.
Chapnu might actually fall here. He's trying to sustain everything, and he will with the revitalized Super Prince. Fortunately had the flicker. Oh, but that's the tsunami slap from Brusco. Still not able to pick up a kill though. Even if Kellera, or even though Kellera did join the fight.
You see that? Both teams had their own fair share of doubts. Ult's thrown over here. Revitalize is popped over there. Flickers even from Super Prince.
That's a lot.
Yet no one fell.
I'm even surprised that Chapnu still lives. Because those are 3 members of Onyx who poured out so much of their skills in an attempt to take him down. Maybe not the Tsunami Slam, but it's not like they needed it for that kill, supposedly, towards Chapnu.
That's veteran Wiles, the wisdom that comes with playing for so many years in the MPL. He debuted in Season 4. He's been playing since 2019. That's 6 years that Chakno has been doing this for a living, and he knows that other than Kachak, he would not die. Benny Cutie gets his Rock Armor pop.
Yep, and that's
Hey,
9
kejebak
players
Super
as
Prince
two.
ya.
But then Lancy going in, Super Prince has nowhere to
Mati.
run to.
Mati juga ya.
First blood for Lancy on this Lunox once more, but the Tsunami Slam gets committed onto the right target. Saita's nowhere to be found. And there's
Lapu-lapunya
another kill that
menggila
goes
itu.
into the hands of King Kong.
Oh my god, Kirk going from target to target. Kellera dealing damage as well. All enough time for King Kong to take the turtle.
That was such a quick decision from Onyx Philippines. Even though the fight was still on, King Kong did not decide to join at all. he just had to focus on his priorities, and being a Yisun Shin, this is such a great start.
Itu dia goal difference nya.
Almost 2,000 gold head. 5 minutes in, 2 turtles in the back pocket. This is the Onyx we've been looking for. Penny again gets his Myraga armor pop. A trap triggered. It's not a good game to be an X-Borg.
It's not a Pharsa mid lane you're seeing in Super Prince, but the way he keeps bursting the Firaga armor essentially feels the same. The rotations towards the top lane have been so frequent, and this is the first time we're seeing Benny on the X-Borg, but we're not able to see much from him just yet.
Nope, we've always seen him get his Myraga armor pop. No last insanities that actually mean anything. So TNC have to find a way to recover elsewhere. And it looks like the EXP lane ain't gonna be it. Folks, in case you've just joined us recently and are not aware of how things work, there are gold lane fighters now. So this is not a mistake. You're seeing an Arlen versus a Lapu-Lapu in the EXP lane and a CC and an X-Borg in the gold lane.
Do not be confused about which is the EXP lane, because it's still the Arlot Lapu. It's just that we're currently at a point where even the gold lane mostly revolves around fighters now.
Yep.
And maybe it's also because of
naangkat.
Tsunami Slam!
Now
Sempat
that's an
ulti.
XP lane pickoff. We were just talking about it, and 3-bar gets taken down.
Boris James Paro has had it. Since yesterday, he's been struggling to get his team to a good position, and now he's put it into his own hands, literally, serving up kills. 3-2 now, still keeping that 2,000 gold lead, and King Kong farming. I think he's had it with this question of, so really, who's the king of the jungle? It's him!
Individually,
He knows it's him!
right, it's like individually they woke up. Brusco now deciding to pick the Kalea. Oh, he's more,
Pecah kah X-Borg kah?
is a bit more decisive in terms of the pickoffs. Hold on though, there's the Firaga armor, he's intact. The last insanity we finally see,
Jada.
Zaida actually gets the objective this time. Will Lancey survive though? He gets to walk away. The flicker knock up from Brusco. Lancey does not survive, and that's the last insanity just to escape. Kirk making things work as well. But so far, it's
Trot,
just
waduh,
TNC
super
who lose
bisa
it.
dapat.
Oh my god!
And it's no longer just one.
The Monster Mage shows up! A flicker
Bisa
and a
dapat.
kill on a Betty!
Okay, I know we mentioned things about waking up.
Kirk.
Now even Prince does, but Kirk gets taken by Zaida. So that's at least one trade TNC got. But in the past few team fights we saw, King Kong, Brusco, Prince, they've all had their individual highlights already. This was what was lacking from them yesterday.
That's right. And now TNC are looking for a way to get into a dominant position. They need to get some offense in there. And Kelra pops that curtain call, throws it between Lancey and 3-Mar, almost takes down Lancey. Oh, he's gonna get punished hard.
Zaida. He finds him there.
Mereka jual beli serangannya.
They're not letting Lancey serve as a secondary core in this situation.
Nope.
It's like they know that's what Lancey's supposed to do. So maybe that's also why they put so much emphasis.
And everyone who has an opinion thinks Lancey needs to step his game up. And Onyx are pressing hard on that. They're applying pressure on
And dia
TNC's mid laner, their
XP.
team captain.
Tertinggi masih King Kong.
I get it. This is the right thing to do. If Lancey gets in the position where his damage is real, and he can start acting as a
Trap Super
threat
Prince ini
magnet as
loh.
well to Selena. So
Di flickery.
Oh,
Gatot.
There's another setup
hilang
from
bos.
Brusco. He's mad. I can feel it.
Yep.
Now there's a Mountain Shocker too.
It's a combo wombo. You're gonna get hit by one of these things, these arrows, those
Free,
tsunami
eh?
slams.
Everything.
Even Kirk is a real threat to Lancey.
We don't even get to see the final slashes yet. It's like everyone else is able to look for openings even without Kirk starting things up. Brusco does
kena
have
bait.
the Tsunami Slam, but that's already enough to take out the Braga armor. There goes Kirk. He finds a 3-man setup, and every single member of Onyx just decides to go in. Betty Cutie keeping himself safe under the net, but another knock-up, denying Zaida of his attempts, and the double for Kelra on the CC.
You know someone else who's had it with these haters, these naysayers?
Who?
That's Kirk. Kirk has had a rough season 16, and on
Rata,
this
bos.
Arlen, he is earning all of the trust that was response there from the online community. Lord for Onyx, now they're up 4K.
Wow, that's even a rose gold meteor pickup by Kirk. I could feel how aggressive he wants to play this Arlott. And even just now, that was a really aggressive one. He was already under the turret, and I'm surprised he still survived.
And he's third in farm. Super Frizz ain't even that close. Super Frizz is like 1,000 gold away. So you understand why Kirk is farming this way, why Kirk is building up this item kit that allows him to do just that. Again, an Oracle, that casual Fury Hammer. Even 3 more can think twice with how the economy is going for the Phoenix Army.
Yep. We can't see 3mar confidently jumping in with the bravest fighter at all. And maybe at this point, Onyx might even consider him as a target, as a viable target for whatever setups they want to go for, just because of how much damage they could already throw out. But what they'll be prioritizing for now are the turrets.
That's right. In a fighter gold versus fighter gold type of lineup and matchup, the map is
Mira,
your
gold na.
number 1 enemy because you don't have a
Sudah
marksman.
jauh.
Pushing isn't as easy. Lansky catches an arrow, does not pull the trigger just yet. No purify.
Loh,
No.
itu sekarang Noxnya loh.
And look at the 3 damage. That
Dah sampai
Onyx is laying
terpancing
down.
keluar.
Oh no!
Oh, you just said it. You cannot feel at ease when you're against this lineup of Onyx.
It was this close to a fight actually breaking out. Super Frizz's consistency on the Abyssal Arrow is out of this world. 42% over 11 and a half minutes of competition.
Yep.
This guy's been, I don't think Frizz slept last night. I think he just practiced Selena.
All these skill shots are landing on every single member of TNC. And again, if maybe Chakdu did still have his AOG there, they might have considered fighting back, but it was a no, so they couldn't afford to risk anything. Not when Onyx was that close to their base turrets, to potentially doing a siege that they'll forever regret. And look at how close supposedly things are. But not until you look at the map.
Yep, no, big picture, it's more than just this 2,000 gold gap between King Kong and
Semuanya ada
Zyda.
track.
And it's not like Zyda looks like a chump, all right? Zyda somehow finds a way to always get what's left on the map. And it makes sense because he is technically the funnel. Without it's not an Easy lineup, yes, but he's doing the same thing. Farm into me. Let me get the burst damage I need so that some way, somehow, Chakdu's set up their bait plays with 3mar will make sense. If anything, I feel bad for Benny. It's Benny who can't catch a break.
And imagine this guy, just yesterday, was using heroes like the Chove. So he could do and find openings all by himself. He could even try and go for pickoffs all by himself. But now it's different. He's an export. And since they're playing from behind, they might need him a bit more for defense. But is that really?
Beri lagi kayak nyalotnya nih.
Truth is much closer to a high-tech Pinata. That's exactly what he is. Onyx gonna throw stuff at him, he's gonna break, and then he throws more stuff at him again. And it's rare that he finds them with his Firaga armor intact, is what I'm trying to say. 7,000 now, as Onyx secures their second
Ini dia.
award. Item game
Equipmentnya.
is looking so much worse. TNC are getting depraved, even these small camps. You see here, Super Friends and Brusco are checking this purple. I think they understand that Zyda needs the purple more than the orange.
It's another situation of choking out resources from an assassin jungler. And arguably, maybe that's why we're seeing a lot more less joys come into play, because again, the joy feels as if it needs a bit more time, it needs more farm.
Yep.
And now Onyx know exactly how to prevent Zyda
Jebol
from getting
kayaknya.
to that point where he could just fight head on. Oh my goodness, the brilliance was already used.
And it was quite a point-blank arrow. It's just, you can never tell when Super Friends decides to flicker in and jump you. Approaching a 9,000 gold lead Onyx has, and it's miserable. The purple does finally spawn, but King Kong's gonna take it away like the lunch money. Joy is in this category of junglers like Hayabusa, like
kena 3.
Now they're looking for action. Zaida trying to go from behind, but the
Diangkat.
Tsunami Slam was ready to deny him of another trade. They actually get to take down 3mar with that setup by Kirk.
And that's
Jari
Primo, that's a
BOD
lapu-lapu.
Kingkong. Mati sakit dong.
IMU did not have the time to get the damage reduction, did not have time to get some spell vamp, and that's a lot
Oh,
of
kena
synergy.
dong.
Oh my goodness, because of the brilliance, the arrow
Kena
landed
lagi.
on Benny. And now Jackno's next. Zaida trying his best just to clear the ways, but it doesn't stop Onyx from clearing every single base turret left.
Mount Shocker, a Viking Kong, threatening a TNC. There's a Tsunami Slam.
That's a fleeting time, Kalea.
1-0.
And Onyx will not prolong this game any
GG
longer.
Onyx.